What do you know about mental illness?
It affects people's mindsets and ability to work.
If you have anxiety, it can make you depressed and feel really upset.
I don't know a lot, but my sister has it and she's been to see counsellors and stuff.
Well, you better think again. I'm Paisley, I'm 17 and I'm starting my first day of college. I didn't think I'd be this nervous. I'm Harriet, Paisley's alternative personality. There's a lot about me people may not know. I struggle every day, getting stressed at every little thing. I may look like an ordinary person, but inside, well, if you only knew. I decided to walk to class, so I knew I wouldn't be late.
Anxiety and mental illness is one of those things where it can come completely out of the blue. You could be one of the most happiest people, and yet in reality, sort of behind closed doors, you are scared, you are worried, you are frightened of the world around you, and you can't cope. And sometimes it's a case of you can't manage life around you, or you just want to shut yourself away from life and try and forget about it.
This is when everything kicked in. It all became real. I tried to eat my lunch, but I didn't know some of these people, so I just couldn't. I'll eat it later on. I decided to text my mum to update her on how it was going. Hey mum. Half of me wanted to tell her what I really felt, but the other half just couldn't get it out. I began to write about how my day was, and it all came out. The emotion and all the feelings, all on one tiny A5 sheet of paper. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go and get counselling. One half of me stayed at home, the other went and was calling for help. The other half of me, Harriet, could have gone to get help, but I just couldn't open up about it.
Some people, it's a case of once they've come through the bad times, they can look back on it and kind of go, my God, I was really ill during that, and yet they didn't get any mental health support during it.
She asked me how my first day was. I explained that it was okay, although I had some worrying moments. She wanted to know if I've ever self-harmed or thought bad thoughts. I had thought about it, but I never did. I didn't tell her this, as I was petrified I'd be judged for thinking this. And a few months later, although one half of me was doing great, the other half, Harriet, was getting worse by the day, keeping it all in and staying home from college. I was coping, no slip-ups, no issues, but the stress of an argument between our group soon kicked in. I couldn't listen to it all. The jokes, I couldn't help them. I tried to make peace, but things got on top of me and took over. I couldn't choose a side. It got too much to keep in. I had to let it out. I guess I have to get through this. After some time, I was able to cope more. I was talking more, interacting, talking about how I felt. I still have some bad days, but I get through them. It feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Slowly but surely, Harriet is disappearing. And as Eric Idle says from the Monty Python, always look on the bright side of life.
Approximately 6 million people in the UK suffer with a mental illness. If you are affected by this video, helplines and other organisation links are available on screen now.